I've been waiting on these. Earlier this year, New Balance and Action Bronson gave us one of the wildest looking New Balances we've ever seen. A bunch of colors that really had no business going together, yet they somehow just worked. And at least so far, that was my favorite sneaker to drop this year. That is, of course, until I picked up these this morning. My name is Josh, and I will be reviewing the New Balance 990 V6 collab with Action Bronson Lapis Lazuli. So these released first on the Action Bronson website, which is called Specializing in Life. And I can tell you, based on how the first two releases have gone so far, they definitely don't specialize in bot protection. For both releases, the shoes went out of stock pretty much in 30 seconds. The worldwide release of these was on June the 30th. They're released on New Balance as well as some other retailers. And they were extremely limited. I heard a lot of stores got less than 10 pairs. The retail price of these, at least in Europe, was a whopping 270 euros. In the US, they retail for $220 US, a pretty significant markup. In Europe, I actually felt like I was paying resale for this shoe, but I'm not mad though. I'm just happy to have these. But let's talk about the man behind the shoe, Action Bronson. Well, he's a lot of things. I've been a fan of his because of his rapping, but he's also a chef, a talk show host of one of the best food shows around, and he's also a part-time wrestler. He's also publicly always shown his love for New Balance sneakers. I remember watching him on Sneaker Shopping maybe like 5 years ago, talking about how he got introduced to New Balance.
Action, it's been well documented. You're a New Balance fanatic.
My mother got me into New Balance shoes.
Really?
You know, she has a bad knee, so she was wearing them all the time, and I was like, those look pretty cool.
Yeah.
If anyone deserved a collab with New Balance, it was him, and the first sneaker that he got to work on was a very important shoe for the brand, the 990 V6. And the reason I say that is because we know how important the 990 line is for New Balance, and the brand took a very huge risk with the 990 V6, almost entirely changing the look of the shoe. It's got that bigger N logo, it's got a raised midsole, and one of the biggest changes they made was that they completely removed that midfoot panel which we had on all of the other 990s before. Instead, now you have this suede panel which goes from back to front all over the shoe, which gives it much more of a streamlined look. And all of these changes were kind of controversial in the New Balance community. Some people like the look, but a lot of people seem to really hate the V6s. So it's a really big deal that the first collab for the shoe was given to Action Bronson, and in my opinion, he absolutely nailed it. Putting together unusual colors, making people see the 990 V6 in a completely different light. The first colorway, the baklava, sold out instantly and now commands a lot of money on the resale market. I missed out on those, but I wasn't too mad because I was looking forward to this pair even more. Personally, I love the 990 V6. Ever since I got my gray pair, they have become by far the most worn pair of shoes in my collection. I dropped a whole video here talking about why I love the V6, but really the main reason is because of how comfortable they are compared to previous 990 models, and they're also a lot more lightweight. 990s for me always had that sturdy feeling on foot to go along with the stability, but with this V6 pair, you still get the stability, but you also get this pretty soft cushioning compared to previous models, and that's because it is the first 990 to feature that fuel cell technology, which is something you only see on New Balance running shoes. So trust me when I say these are very comfy. Now this colorway is officially called the Lapis Lazuli, and what exactly does that mean? Well, it is a rare stone. They call it the thinking man stone, and if you look at pictures of it, you realize very quickly where the color inspiration came from. There's a lot of different shades of blue going on the shoe. The most prominent is that navy blue suede that you see on the mudguard, as well as on the mesh panels on the toe box. You also get an aquamarine color on the leather panels. The back of the sneaker is probably my favorite part though. You get the sky blue panel there with the New Balance logo, and then that little hit of purple, which doesn't look out of place at all when combined with all the blues. You also get this slightly lighter shade of blue. I don't know what to call it, but you see it where the laces are. And on the insole, you see that baklava branding, which I still find hilarious because baklava is a Turkish dessert, which literally has nothing to do with the shoe, but
This is a piece of baklava to me.
moving down to the midsole, you get an aged looking midsole here, which is also a first. We haven't seen that on the 990 V6 yet. Although I will say it looks a lot more yellow in hand than I expected. In pictures of the shoe, it really didn't look like that. It looked almost like a sail color. In hand though, it's a pretty bright yellow, which I'll be honest is a bit of a letdown down for me. Let me know what you guys think of that midsole in the comments. I noticed in the subreddits that this was a bit of a sticking point for some. I wish it was a bit less yellow, but I still really like the shoe. The other color on the midsole is this very vibrant shade of blue. And then moving down to the outsole, you get the best of both worlds here. You get a gum outsole as well as an icy blue outsole. I don't know if it's just me, but the first time I saw this shoe, it reminded me of another pair that I own, the Union Jordan 4s. I mean, have a look at these side by side. They almost have the same base color, and then the midsole is pretty much identical in terms of that yellow. And then you also have that same vibrant blue color and also yellow laces. And speaking of the laces, you get these hiking style laces with the shoe. This time you get yellow laces. The previous pair came with pink ones, and no, you don't get any extra laces. Well, because...
How many laces come with yours?
None. They come as is. I don't want you changing my shit. It's a painting. You don't go up to a fucking painting and put another stroke on it.
Oh, I forgot to talk about the box. So I was expecting a more special box, but you pretty much get a standard 990 V6 box here. And for sizing on these, so these do fit a bit differently compared to previous 990s. So I do find that they fit a bit more narrow in the midfoot area. I know a lot of people say that in V3s, V4s, and V5s, they like to go down half a size. I personally felt like that was a bit too tight for me, so I like to go true to size in all my 990s, including the V6s. I would suggest you guys go with the exact same size you wear in other 990s. If you felt like you were in between a half size down and true to size, then in that case, I would suggest going with your true size because, like I said, they do fit slightly more narrow. Since this pair is sold out, and if you're thinking of getting them, you're likely going to be paying resale, which is why I suggest you guys walk into a New Balance store, try out a pair of GR colorways in the V6, find out exactly what fits you best because, like I said, they don't fit exactly like your previous 990s. For me, however, true to size works best. And speaking of resale value, they are going right now for quite a lot above retail. The quantities were extremely limited and there was a lot of demand for the shoe, so to be honest, I don't expect these prices to come crashing down. You can expect these to either stay at the same range or slightly climb up over time. I will leave a StockX link in the description if you guys are thinking of copying. This is not the end of the collaboration between Action and New Balance because we've seen a preview of an upcoming colorway that's rumored to drop this year, which features some bright yellow suede panels combined with some gray. Pretty fire looking colorway as well, but I would say out of the three, for me, these rank at number one, followed by the Baklavas. But let me know in the comments which of the three do you guys like the best. So overall, the New Balance 990 V6 Lapis Lazulis, are these a cop or a drop? As someone who is quite a big fan of the V6, I have to say I really like this pair. The colors are really nice, the different shades of blue. It's a lot more wearable for me than that previous colorway. These are my favorite pickup of the year so far, and I don't even think that that's a really big statement because I feel like it's been kind of a quiet year for sneakers compared to previous years. These, however, really stood out. Love them. These are a cop. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments, and if you found this video useful and you've never subscribed to my channel before, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button because I'm dropping content just like this every single week. The links to all my socials can be found in the description as well. And oh, by the way, if you are based in Europe and you're looking to, not pay resale anymore for sneakers, make sure you check the link in the description to join Escape Notify. That is the group that I'm a part of, and that's one of the main reasons I'm able to get sneakers for retail to review on this channel. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.